Hello, welcome. We're getting started soon. Just came on a few minutes early. Haven't done a live stream in a while, and here we're on Path Studio in Phoenix, Arizona, and getting ready to do some guided meditation, some energy meditation, and looking forward to sharing that with you. And we'll warm up with a little bit of movement. Just work out some of the kinks, and then we'll do a little bit of guided moving meditation, working some easy movements to help smooth things out in the body and get things flowing. And then we'll move into a seated meditation. Of course, everything we do standing can be performed seated as well. And there's always a way to adjust and make it right for you. So welcome. Thank you for joining me here, Andy with onpathhealingarts.com. And if you'd like to get the Zoom links for the weekly classes on moving meditation, Qigong and Tai Chi based moving meditation practices, and then also the guided meditation or guided energy meditation is our basic focus, though that does have an effect on relaxation, helps us to root and let go of anxieties. And there's all kinds of good things that happen when we go into those meditative or relaxed states. There's all kinds of ways to go about these things. These are just some of the practices that I engage in and like to share. I have quite a library menu of things that I pull from, things that are guided by other people, other practices, and also a great deal of systems and practices that I've trained in and study and I practice daily, semi-daily. I tend to go in cycles because by this time, 35 years later, there's so much material that depends on what's going on with my life that I'll kind of move in and out of things that are more relaxing, more intensive, depending on what I'm getting up to. And once again, we'll get started in a little bit. If you're here already, just go ahead and make yourself relaxed. You can get situated. I've got an ottoman here behind me. I like to do my seated meditation. If I'm not seated on the ground, then I'll sit on an ottoman. You can also get like a little small vanity style chair, something comfy. I like things without arms so that you can move your legs around and do different things. But if you need to have something with a back, you could be against the wall or be in a chair and just modify. There's always a way to make it right for you. And that's really the main idea, is that whatever we're working through and working on, that we take whatever is available to us and we make it ours. So whatever is being shared and practiced, any ideas, any techniques, if it's not feeling right to you at that time, feel free to skip it, make an adjustment. Likewise, if you enter into your own space and the meditation or the movement continues on to something else and you want to hang out in that space, go right ahead. That's what it's all about. And so when we practice relaxation and meditation, what we're really getting up to is taking ourselves out of the high analytical external thinking into a more internal flow state where we're aware of our thoughts, but they start to slow down, and then we feel our emotions and we feel our body more, and then we become more of a in the moment experience, become more present. There's all kinds of ways to describe that. You see it in athletics and music and performance and any kind of thing that we do, cooking, that when we really dial in, there's something quite magical and physiological that happens where we get out of the stress mode, survival, into long-term thriving that has a shift in our state of mind and the cycles of thought per second. We shift brainwave states. This is the same thing that happens when we go to sleep. If we're having trouble sleeping, it's probably because we're stuck in the beta state. We're stuck in list making and chewing on things. But when we enter into the alpha state, that's the kind of the gateway in and out of sleep, where it's this light level of relaxation, meditation. The body begins to relax, moves into long-term thriving, and starts to help the body to heal. And then as we're sleeping, we go into light and deeper states of sleep, and that has a direct change in our brainwave states. So the body, the mind connection is working together through all its devices, all its systems and organs and glands and sensory glands and information sensory organs and things that we have going on. So we'll start up in a few more minutes. Go ahead and rub your hands together. This journey is just about finding things that feel good to you and practice those. Sometimes you have 30 seconds here and there. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. I go through times in my life where I'm busy, and certainly times in the past where I had multiple jobs and responsibilities and things going on, and being a parent and things of that nature, that sometimes it's only those handful of seconds that we really have here and there, or the 5 minutes, or the class that we signed up for, that we take a time out in our day to practice. So just begin to explore things that feel good to you. Just kind of relaxing my arms, rub my hands together for a bit. There's a physical sense, friction and heat. Residual muscle tension in the arms for the pressing and rubbing. This is a kind of a shortcut, not really a shortcut, but a technique, an exercise to build up the energy around the hands, bring up the sensations of the fingers. And one of the things that we will do actively in guided meditation, especially moving meditation, is that we will involve the body. When we involve the body, there's something that really brings us into our experience. And of course, there's plenty of times we're trying to escape whatever experience we're happening. So we really, part of meditation is to get relaxed enough and to welcome some of the things that we might find challenging or difficult in our lives, our emotions. I'll often meditate on what's going on, or if I need to prepare myself for something or work through something, then I will, sure, I'll spend time reasoning and thinking and logic it out and things of that nature. The reason why we have brains and we can think and direct our attention and focus on that type of thing. But one of the benefits of learning to relax the body and enter into these deeper states of relaxation and meditation, if you will, is that when the mind slows down, it's less caught up in that outward figuring it out, and it begins to draw it inward and take in what we know and then process it through the breath, through the mind, through the body. And then oftentimes that's where inspiration, ingenuity, intuition, those kinds of deeper insights will arise often when we take a break from thinking about it and to relax into it and see what happens and be open. Most often there's whatever we need is in us, or we'll feel the impulse to get some help, to study something, to get some counseling, a medical intervention, or whatever outside things we might need, in a sense, to help us out. Yet when we dial deeper in and connect within ourselves, we find that all of the solutions to what seem like sometimes impossible decisions and an endless cycle and cyclone of things going on, that when we can become more still, and engage the body, whether that's in the stillness and focusing on the spine and the breath, that's still engaging the body, or it's active movement and stretching and yoga or exercise and high level fitness, whatever it happens to be, nature walks, some component of the body. And then the concentration and the focusing of the mind, our awareness, that helps to bring us into this stabilized and congruent state of being where we open up to what's happening and the reality of what's happening within ourselves and our lives. And when we open up and surrender and trust and sink into that, that opens us up even more. So, looks like it's about time to start class. Some people, some systems of meditation, and it's a good practice to, when deciding to meditate and focus, the process of being still and not letting minor nuisances distract us. And then when the mind starts to grab onto other things and emotions happen, we just call ourselves back into the breath, back into the body, and focus on what it is that we decided to focus on, whether that's a mantra, a body posture, a breathing technique, some idea, some awareness. I'm also of the on the side of do what you need to do to make yourself comfortable. So if we're holding a single posture, your body's aching and it's taking you out of being okay with what's going on, maybe hang with it for a few moments and see if you can breathe through it. We'll talk about how to use the breath to help to move things in the body and our emotions. You can use the mind, and you could even try some of those things. But if that's not working and it's becoming difficult and distracting, then we'll go ahead and let ourselves move and make the adjustment. And then also, as we begin to feel lighter and comfortable in our body, the body itself might want to do some things. It might want to move. So we could resist that, or we could allow it. And you might even find that you go into some kind of stretch or some kind of release of something that might have been bugging you, in your mind, mental tension and locking onto things, or emotional tensions in the body, or body pain itself. So we'll go ahead and begin here, just another moment, and we'll warm up, do a little bit of guided moving meditation and some guided seated energy meditation. The interesting thing is that meditation happens, but it only happens if you practice. You can't decide the outcome, but depending on the technique and the system and your own personal ways of going about that, there's a likelihood of certain experiences to happen. So there's a tendency that if I engage regularly in a practice, that eventually I'll slip into it and become it. So meditation happens, yet it happens because you're taking the moment, taking the breath. And we practice in times where we can create a little bit of space for ourselves, whether that's 30 seconds before a meeting or whatever it is, and take a moment, a time out, get ourselves centered and calm and focused, and then we're better able to handle whatever is in front of us. And over time, when we do this in controlled environments, when we have specific and particular time and environment feels right, and we can turn down some lights and reduce some sensory input, and put on some nice music or whatever it is that we're doing, then when we train and practice going into that state of relaxation, when our environment and the situation is fairly ideal, once that becomes known in your physiology and your body system and your mind and your breath and your energy, then out in the world, when things are happening, we can take a breath, we can hold it in for a moment, we can release it slow, we can be very subtle about it, and nobody around us might know that what we're doing would be relaxation, would be meditation, but we can actually pull ourselves into that anywhere, anytime, with having the awareness, aha, this would be a good time to get centered, get focused, get solid and stable. Or, oh, I notice I'm emotionally upset and this situation and my experience feels like it's out of control, or I'm foggy and I can't think straight, or I'm confused and there's too much going on. So when we pull ourselves into the eye of the storm, when we come into an awareness of the self, the breath, we can pull ourselves into the moment and then find the best possible choice, the best possible remedy, or whatever it is as we're experiencing our life. So let us begin. For the most part, you just need the space of a yoga mat. You don't even need that much for what we're doing today. If you're joining us at the other class for the moving meditation, sometimes we're moving a good deal more, but we'll just go ahead and start light and easy today. And if you prefer and you need it, go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. My morning practice, I'll stand for quite a bit of my meditation, and then I'll sit, usually on the ground, on the rug, but having the edge of a bed or a chair or something is also a very comfortable way to meditate. Let's activate the hands. Chi up. Rub the hands together. Begin focusing the breath into the abdomen. Beginning to restore the natural breath. The exhale, the inhale. Of course, the lungs inflate and deflate in the chest. Just bringing our breath into the abdomen. That really opens up our respiratory capacity. Gives our body more time to gather oxygen into the system, into the bloodstream, more time to bring materials and gases into the lungs that are not needed anymore. Slow it down. Exhale. Inhale, bring the hands towards the face. Deep breath in. Let your mind, your hands, your breath wash from the top of your head all the way down. Relax for your arms for a moment. Feel your body connecting to the ground, whether it's your feet or your sit bones. Whatever part of your body is connected to an item that's connected to the earth, through a building, or even if you happen to be in an airplane. Allow yourself to feel the pull of gravity, and we can find and gain our foundation, our root, our earth connection. So that your awareness, your mind, feel the pressure in the feet. If you have pain in your feet or your ankles and your body somewhere, it might feel distracting. Let your body be connected. Let your mind feel the connection. And as your body pushes down against the earth rises back up. Feel your body standing tall, strong, replenished, resilient, as if your body is filling from lowest to the highest. Your feet, from your lower body, all the way up, filling up into the head. Imagine the head, the crown, the top, reaches towards the sky. Feel your breath rise and fall. If you can, invite the muscles in your body to soften a little bit, relying on connections, posture of our bones, our muscles, our tissues to hold us in place. Letting go of any unnecessary tension. If I find that there's a part of my body that's tight, I might squeeze my arms, if it's my arms and shoulders, my face, or my legs, my whole body, squeeze for a moment and let it go. Just let yourself start to float, tethered, supported by the earth, elevated, inspired, rising through the head. I find myself here. I am here. I am here and they are here with me. I am here in this place. I am here in this body. I am here in this heart, with this mind, in this awareness. I am here in this moment, as I am now. I am here with clear intention. Let's engage the breath a little bit. Exhale, press the hands down. Take a deep breath in, lift the hands up towards the face. It's wonderful if you can breathe through your nose. If you can't, you can breathe like sipping through a straw. And now let's go ahead and exhale with an ah sound. Another big deep breath, gather. Breath in, exhale. Once again, if you can't breathe through your nose, breathe like sipping through a straw. Slowing down the breath and release. Just shake it out a little bit. Move slow. If there's pain in the body, you might gently bounce to the knees or bounce up and down in your seat. Shake it out, open it out a little bit. You can step in place, shake a leg. Okay. Hands on the hips and shift the weight side to side, pushing through the hip only as far as you can comfortably. And we're ready to begin to draw a circle in the air. Let the hips come forward to the side. Let your hips swing back. Keep the head right between the feet. And if you're seated, just kind of roll around, shifting your weight from one side of your body to the other, opening up the hips, and reverse the circle. Focus on the breath. Breath in the belly. Feel the chest expand, compress. Inhale and exhale. Let us bring it deeper into the body as if the lungs are in the belly. Bring it to the center and lightly sit like there's a high stool behind you. Give you a side view and then begin to turn the hips side to side. Just a light bend at the knees. You can still do this if you're seated. Especially if you have your feet on the ground, you can still push from one foot to the other and let that push translate into a turn, into a rotation. back and forth. And then relax the arms. If you're seated, you might not be able to trunk twist. You might just have to keep your hands on your hips or place them on your shoulders as we lightly twist side to side. Listen to your body, only do what's right for you. The right speed and range for your own body. Focus the breath in the belly. Feel your contact, your feet on the earth, almost like you're walking in place, pushing down, twisting to the other side, and swinging back. Slow it down and relax. We're going to work through the closing set for the energy flow moving meditation practice. And we'll go ahead and open up with 3 deep breaths. Exhale. Let your breath fill from the belly up to the chest. Feel the fullness of the breath in the chest. Squeeze it out from the chest down into the belly. Universal sound of relief. Let it go. Gather. Cleanse and release. 3rd deep breath. It's like priming a pump. Gather. Hold the breath in, feel the fullness, and let it go. Relax the breath and focus the fingers towards the toes. We've done this in our past classes and some of the videos online. Just do the best you can to follow along. Stretch your awareness, your imagination, your mind through the sensations of your arms and your fingers pointing towards your toes. And now bring your awareness and your hands up as if you're tracing from your toes up to the area of the hips and the lower abdomen. Bring your awareness to your lower back as if passing through the center of your body between the hips to the lower back, and point and travel with your mind up along the spine, up along the back, between the shoulder blades, between the shoulders and up the neck, along the back of the head, all those tension pressure points, all the way up to the top of the head. And if you can't hold your arms up, just hold them down. You can even just kind of point with your mind, your fingers a little bit. It's less important to be extreme about the body movement as it is to allow yourself to move to whatever degree you can. Pouring down the front, tracing a figure 8 or infinity symbol pattern, weaving through the hips to the lower back again, and down the sides and backs of the legs as if my palms are pressing, flushing and releasing down into the earth below the feet, looping to the front, traveling up along the toes, through the legs into the belly, weaving around and through the hips to the lower back, coming up along the back, along the spine, all the way to the top of the head. As the sky pours down the front and back of the body, gathers and pools into the lower abdomen, into the lower core hub, weaving and connecting through the area that connects us from the legs, low body, to the upper body, down the legs. You can breathe at your own pace or breathe with me. Exhale. If you can, breathe in out through your nose, do that. Otherwise, you can breathe like sipping through a straw. Inhale, gather up. Hold the breath as you weave through. Exhale, imagine exhaling from your lower back to the top of your head, pointing up. Imagine breathing from the top of your head down into the belly. Hold the breath as you weave through to the lower back. Exhale down the legs into the earth. looping under the toes, the feet. Breathe from the toes up into the belly. Gather. Feel the pressure in the body, the fullness of the breath. Weave through. Trace with your mind, your breath, your fingers up to the top of your head. Exhale. Inhale, pouring down. Tracing this pathway in the body. Enhancing circulation, connection, release. Exhale. One more time. Tracing the infinite. Gather. Weave through the lower body core. Exhale up back to the top of the head. Inhale the sky pouring down. Like replenishing a well. Exhale down into the earth. As we're standing, feel free to twist, sway, and move, make adjustments at any time. Continuing with our final circulations, reach out to the side and scoop from the earth or the outside up. If you can't reach up, reach out in front. As I gather myself above, I pour myself down, my awareness, my mind, my imagination from above my head, down through my body, to my feet, and to the earth. Imagine rising like a plume, the front and back and the sides all around the body, tracing through your personal space, your buffer, your guardian field, your aura. So as we continue to circulate from the top down and from the outside in. So letting the body move naturally and comfortably. A lot of times I like to twist gently back and forth. It feels very nice. Or you might sway or rock. Let yourself free up a little bit. One more time with breath. Exhale. Reach out to the side. Deep breath in. Gather. Pouring from the top down. Exhale. Wiggle your toes and have to move around. You might try a slightly wider posture. It's more of the full body and the legs getting into the action. Now we're going to go from the bottom up, from below our feet, below our center of gravity, rising up through the head. If you can't reach up, reach out in front like you're swimming. Only go as high as you can. And then make a circle out to the sides, pouring down around you. Circulating from the bottom up, the earth up to the sky, and like a fountain, a spout, pouring down in all directions, circulating from the inside out. Rise, reach, and open up. One more time with breath. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Open up. And cleanse. Now we're going to match those two together. Connect the hands. If you can, bring the knees in. Great. If not, that's okay. Sweep out to the side and up. So just like we did earlier. Come from all around us to above us. This time we're going to turn the hands over. Instead of pouring down the center, we're going to sweep back out to the sides. If your imagination, if your mind can handle it, you can create some awarenesses. And if not, just follow the body movement. All we need to do is breathe and move. That's the grace and beauty of this kind of thing. Give ourselves time to develop our awareness. Enough just to move as as much as we can move and to focus our breath, it's enough to focus the mind. And as we sweep out, imagine that same line coming from below the feet up through the center of the body, at the same time that sphere-like shape coming from all around us, up, and that they meet each other well above the head, even higher than where the hands are. Turn the hands over, and as we sweep out to the side and pour down, imagine that line coming from above the head down through the center of the body at the same time that the fountain, the spout, pours down all around us. One more time with the breath. If any of that's confusing, just move and breathe. That's enough. Exhale. Sweep out to the side, deep breath in, gather. Make a connection above your head or wherever your arms can go, however far that is. Turn the hands out and exhale. Relax the breath. And now we're going to continue that same sense of circulation. Now we're going to use the hands rising, palms facing towards us, to enhance that awareness of something connecting us from below our feet, up through the body, through the head to the sky above. And then we're going to swing the hands down, scoop out to the side, come up, and down through the center, like we're loading a spring, or like we're pressing down, compressing ourselves down into the earth and the feet. Imagine that shoots back up, or like water under pressure. It opens up, shoots back up and out, down and up, from the feet to the head. And as we drop down from the sky, up all around, and from the sky, like pouring down through a funnel, down through the body to the earth, pressing into the feet, and springing back up and out. One more time with breath. Exhale. Inhale, pull down, come up. Hold the breath and load the spring. If you need to breathe, breathe. Exhale, shooting up and out. Now, we're going to reverse the breath. Breathe in. Exhale, down and up. Keep the breath empty. And inhale, like vacuum, like suction from below up. Hold the breath. Breathe in. Keep breathing in. Gather. And now relax. Just take a moment. You can hold the hands out in front of the heart. Connect with the heart space, the middle hub, the middle core, chest, the back, shoulders and the arms. You might find that your arms are tired or they need a rest, so you can hold them low, like holding a bowl or a ball around the lower hub, around the hips, pelvis, traditionally known as the core area of the body, the physical core. It's free to twist, sway, and move. Maybe even just relax the arms. Imagine your blade of grass, tall blade of grass, blowing in the breeze. Grassy plain. All the ways that the wind blows and sways. Also imagine yourself as a bed of seaweed riding a gentle current in the ocean. Let your body nourish, soak, and move freely. That mean that you're done standing and you take a seat. It might mean that you actually stretch and move and stomp around or do something more big. Just be a gentle twisting and swaying. Just letting the body do its thing, whatever feels good at this time. Okay. Go ahead and take a moment, find a spot. Be seated on an ottoman over here. In the beginning, it's nice to have, be close enough you have your back against the wall or on something that helps. And then eventually you don't have to hold that kind of posture. Bring us in a little bit. Okay. Just stay seated with your feet flat on the floor. Sit cross-legged. Find what feels good to you. Probably a better frame. Okay. Now when we slip into that very relaxed, still state, you'll find that whatever was talking to you in your body that maybe is uncomfortable, that eases up, and you actually kind of forget even that you're in a body. So different phases of practice. One phase, we want to anchor and root and maintain awareness of the body, of our presence in our life. And then there are times where once that deep anchoredness takes over, then we begin to elevate a bit and maybe become more spacious and open. We might actually get to the point where the mind clears. That's beautiful. When the mind slows down enough that it feels as though you're not thinking, which would be equivalent to the delta state, deep sleep, where the body heals the most, where a lot of the mental activity shuts down, and but most likely alpha, light state of gentle inner and outer awareness. Or theta would also, you might find yourself kind of disappear and come back at some point in time. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Feel free to make whatever adjustments that you need. Sometimes it's comfortable to have the hands with the palms facing up, but if you want to feel more grounded, you could put your hands palms down somewhere on your body. It'll help really keep you feel grounded in your body. Sometimes I like to have my hands on my lap with the palms up, just feel around. Depending on how it goes, I might stay in the same spot, and sometimes I'm moving frequently. So allow yourself to do the same. There's a benefit to working through something and holding steady in the face of distractions and difficulties. But there's also a benefit to moving with the flow of life and energy and sensations, feelings, awarenesses. Let yourself dance in between the stillness of being, the activity of doing. Trust that whatever is best for you at this time, that will guide your experience. As we've done before, begin to focus the breath into the belly. You might even place your hands on your belly, so when you exhale, you might press gently in without causing pain or strain. And when you breathe in, let your breath and your belly push against your hands outward. You might even walk the hands up and feel the pressure build up in the chest as we empty from the chest down into the belly. Gently squeezing out the breath. You can trace the breath in the body from the belly up. Feel the breath in the body expand. Exhale from the chest down. One more deep breath to help reset the natural breath. Deep breath in. You can't breathe through your nose, you can breathe like sipping through a straw. Exhale. Once again, reset the body. Let your shoulders begin to relax, and if you find that your shoulders feel tight, you might lift them up and squeeze and tighten up a little bit, and then drop them and let them go. You might have to move the neck around a little bit and roll the shoulders, especially if you've been working all day at the computer, or you've been doing some manual labor kinds of stuff, all kinds of different work and activities throughout the day. Just let yourself wiggle around until you start to feel comfortable. You might have started with one leg on top, and you switch it to a different cross-leg position. You might have your legs crossed and decide to put them down on the ground or let them hang. It's also helpful to gently twist, sway, and move around in the body, and kind of rock back and forth. And letting the breath rise and fall into the belly. This process is a little at a time, the incremental journey. And even when things seem spontaneous and great and big, it's often because of all the steps that we took leading up to that moment. It might not have been obvious steps. It might have been intentional steps. As we let go of where we're headed, and we focus on each step of this moment in this journey, as we begin to journey inward. And if you're in an environment where you need to have an awareness of what's happening around you, or you don't quite yet feel safe having your eyes closed, you could lightly open your eyes, just gently squint. Focus the breath into the belly, following that pathway, but now more gentle, easy, rhythmic, in and out. This would be a good place to apply the box style breathing, where there's a slow inhale, and then at the top of the breath, when the breath is full, hold the breath for a few moments. A slow exhale, and then holding the breath empty at the bottom of the breath for a few moments. Oftentimes it's recommended to count 4 seconds in each. That really could be as long as your body's comfortable with, or as short as you need it to be. Just allowing yourself to become aware of your breath, movement of breath and pressure. As we build up and inhale, we feel a little bit of pressure inside the body by the expansion of the lungs. And when we release the breath, we feel a gentle vacuum, an emptiness, a release, where the breath naturally wants to draw itself back in. As we begin to slow down that breath, as we free our minds to rest into the heart, to the beating of the heart. Let the mind rest, the awareness of the breath in the lungs and traversing the body. Finding our journey inward. To whatever degree we want to keep an awareness of what's happening around us, free to do that as well, yet trusting that in the moment that I need to be more alert, that my awareness will wake me up, will alert me to what needs to happen. In the meantime, allow myself to become calm. Allow my body to become more gentle, soft in the muscles, letting go of unnecessary tension. When we brace our muscles, it actually uses up our energy, our chemical energy. It makes us more tired. It takes more energy to think a lot when we don't necessarily need to think all the time. It takes a lot of energy to hold the muscles tight and to brace for impact, to be alert, stressed. So as we let down some of those defenses and guards, trusting the part of ourselves that knows how to handle things in our lives, and as we move into that deeper inner stillness, our body, our physiology, our chemistry responds in kind. It begins to move into restoration, regeneration, and rejuvenation. Allowing ourselves move into that inner, relaxed, focused state. And it's okay if the mind is already wandering and just like a little child running around, and every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, we have to call the child to attention. It's okay. Just allow yourself, your mind, to come back to the breath in the belly. And let's continue along our journey to an awareness of color, of shapes, of patterns, an awareness of other areas of ourselves that are more subtle, that in the beginning especially requires inner stillness to even hear it, to even feel it. If there's a quiet noise in the distance, a sound in the distance, we would let other noisy things subside. We would reach out with our ears, our awareness, to try to make out what the sound is off in the distance. We would do the best we can to reduce interference. We're just letting the mind, the breath, and the body to connect in the belly as we begin to extend our awareness to the space around the body, as if we are the yolk inside an egg. As if we are the axis in the center of the earth. Imagine a radiant light shining down, as if the sun were above your head. Let that light shine down, radiating and permeating through the body and the space all around the body, into the earth. And as this light touches the earth and touches the body, illuminates, imagine golden ocean arising from below the feet, from the earth up, surrounding the body as if inside a membrane. Warm, comfortable, golden energy rising, permeating through the body and up all around. Imagine this radiant light beaming down into the earth. Imagine this vast eternal ocean of love, golden energy, soul rising up through the physical body, to the height of the head and up into the sky. And breathe out. Imagine breathing the sky down from above, this white light, electric, into the earth. Hold the breath a moment. And now as you exhale, imagine it invites this golden ocean to rise up to the sky. Breathe the white light pouring down and let it fill up into the area of the root and relax the breath. We're going to bring this to our first golden level, area of the perineum, the tailbone, the pubic bone, the extension through our legs, our feet into the earth, whether we're seated or standing. Even if we have legs or we don't have legs, our spirit, our energy always finds a way. Whatever it is that helps you feel the connection of the sky, the atmosphere pouring down, and imagine life, nourishment rising as golden light from the earth and fills the area of the root. Imagine this first golden level fills with a radiant red light, the light along the spectrum, the rainbow. And that this red light in this area extending us into the earth, connecting us from our lowest point. It becomes rich, strong. Whatever felt like it was stress and anxiety begins to convert into excitement, into courage. Courage to live, courage to be. Where we might have felt like we didn't belong. This first golden level, this brilliant red light, reminds us that we belong. By virtue of our life, we belong. I belong. I am here. Imagine that white light pouring down, still focusing the breath in the belly. And as that white light pours down, it rises up from the earth as a golden light, rises to the height of the hips, the belly, and the lower back, area around the sacrum, the lower abdominal, pelvic area. This second golden level fills with an orange light. Radiates this brilliant orange light. Once there may have been sadness and disappointment, or a feeling of guilt, or unworthy, becomes passion, becomes purpose, becomes creation. Becomes a great source of power, the power of the ocean, of the waters inside the body and throughout the earth, gathering in the second golden level. It's allowing that to become enjoyment. Life is good. Even when life is hard, life itself is a treasure. Letting the breath, the awareness connect into this second golden level, this brilliant orange light. Let the light shine down and come up from the earth, the rising vast golden ocean of love, magnetic, nourishing energy, rises to the third golden level in the area of the solar plexus. This third golden level around the stomach and the rib cage connection. Imagine it as a brilliant yellow light. The light on a clear, sunny day, shining on the inside. Where there may have been insecurity, uncertainty, let this area become confident, knowing, trusting. We have everything within us that we need, and that we have a great inner power that is ready to open. This brilliant yellow light filling this third golden level, as if we were building levels of a pyramid. The front edge and back edge along the front back of the body, extending from the top of the head out and down to the sides, side edges. The deep, rich, red base root and powerful orange, passionate, purposeful second level. That those two areas form a bond, a strengthening connection of the lower core hub, the seat of vitality in the lower body, rising up into greater self-awareness, self-empowerment, rising to the fourth level, the area of the shoulders and the chest, the upper back, middle to upper back, up around the heart. This white light shines down, radiates. Golden vast ocean of love rises, fills the first, second, third, and fourth golden levels, and meets a brilliant green light. Life, love, existence, truth. Where this may have been an area of heartbreak, of betrayal, of loss. This area fill with the pure light of spirit, of consciousness. This light pouring down, meeting this golden love ocean rising. And as the light meets the love, finds a deeper truth and meaning in all things that we have experienced, are experiencing, and will experience. We let go of conditions and biases and prejudice around what should and could and would be for ourselves and for those around us, for life itself. That none can deny the truth of existence itself. Unconditional, conscious love. And as this third and fourth golden level of this golden pyramid builds, creates a strengthening in the middle hub, connection between the solar plexus and the heart. As this radiant white light shines down, this golden love rises up to the height of the throat, the seat of expression, the light that becomes sound, sound that becomes vibration, vibration that becomes form. That we weave the light of creation, not just through words, not just through sounds, whether we have the ability to speak or sing or hum or not. There is a deep power in the throat, now filling as this white light shines down and radiates from the top down, fills as a golden love ocean rising from the earth up, meets in this fifth golden level, meets a brilliant blue light, opens up the ability to express the truth that's in the heart, the power that's in our middle core, the passion, purpose, courage, and excitement of life itself, feelings, sensations, all being connected, building up into the throat, ready to create, ready to express. Though the world doesn't want to always hear what we have to say, though sometimes we might choose what to say and what not to say, according to how we feel and what's appropriate and right in the moment. Though those things can be true, it's also an expression that can never be dampened. Is a creation that is ready to be. As we're moving up into the third core hub, the area of the neck, throat, and head, this blue light at the fifth golden level fills, begins to rise up into the peak of the golden pyramid, the brow, the crown of the head, the physical part of the head itself. Brilliant white light pouring down, golden love rising, filling into the sixth golden level, this peak, this potent, concentrated energy of spirit, awareness, consciousness, mind, supported by all of the levels below, deep, rich root, strong, passionate purpose, empowered, confident, secure, seated in the heart of light and love and truth, rising to expression, creation, into higher awareness, into an indigo, purplish light, As we complete the first 6 golden levels, filling with light, filling with golden love, this electric white light spirit shining down, this golden love, magnetic energy, soul rising up. It opens up to the space that touches, kisses the top of the head. Spiritual gate, the gate of higher consciousness at the crown, the soft spot, still develops once we're born. This top of the head opens into a golden halo crown, the radiant, vibrant, violet beacon of light, held this seat of consciousness that is at the same time flowing down through the body into the earth, and at the same time rooted in the earth, flowing back up to fulfill its journey through the first 7 golden levels. Now let's just take a moment to breathe deep. You might begin to adjust your body in some ways. You might squeeze your body if it got tight. You might roll and move around. And if you can, you might go ahead and go for a walk after this. Maybe stay in this space for a bit longer. You might be ready to activate the body. Put your feet on the ground. You can lightly tap and rub the hands together. There's all kinds of ways of going about this. If you need to stay seated, stay seated. If you're ready to rise, go ahead and come back up. And let's go ahead and adjust the breath one more time. Exhale. As if the hands lift the breath from the earth up. As if the hands guide the breath from the sky down. 2. And release. And 3. Hold the breath a moment. Always breathe if you need to breathe. Let it go and just take a moment to nourish and soak. Might still be seated. Might have started lying down. It might have called you into a resting, sleeping state. That's normal, especially in the beginning. The natural tendency is that if we're relaxed, then we're napping or we're sleeping. But we can also gain those restorative, healing states while awake. And while awake, we can experience more of our subtle reality. We can connect deeper into the parts of ourselves and the fullness of our life experience. Thanks for coming out to play. Thanks for sharing the energy. If you enjoyed yourself, you can visit onpathhealingarts.com and subscribe for emails, for Zoom links to the classes that aren't always live on YouTube and not always put up for replays. If you like what's happening, like it, share it, all that good stuff. And if you tried it and it's not yet for you, I encourage you to keep looking, find the things that feel good to you for the state that you're in now. And you might find that that changes over time. There's not only one way up the mountain. So I encourage you to keep finding and looking for the ways that inspire you. Peace and love. Hello, Liz. All right, pretty zoomed in here. I'm gonna stop recording.